And welcome back. Well, Thursday marked a big night for the gaming industry as London rolled out the red carpet for the best game releases of the year. The annual BAFTA Game Awards saw action game God of War Ragnarok take the lion's share, going home with 6 trophies out of the 14 nominations, while Vampire Survivors took the biggest prize of the night for best video game. Industry figures show the size of the global gaming market reached over $200 billion last year, with sales here in the UK accounting for $5.8 billion. Well, Liam Deane is a gaming expert at Omdia, a consultancy firm focused on research into video games. He joins us now. Thank you very much indeed for being with us this evening. What does this BAFTA win mean?
Yeah, the BAFTAs are an interesting award ceremony for the games industry because they're one of the few awards that really reaches beyond the industry itself. There are other award shows. We had Game Developer Awards last week, for instance, but they don't attract a lot of attention in the wider world. So the BAFTAs are one of the few opportunities where games get to reach out into a broader set of media and some audiences that they wouldn't necessarily normally be exposed to. And for creators as well, the BAFTAs are really significant because of their association with more traditional media, and they help to give some extra legitimacy to video games as an art form on par with cinema or TV.
And which are the top gaming companies in the industry right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very varied industry. There are a lot of companies that are playing important roles. Traditionally, the big players would have been the console platform holders, so the companies that manufacture and sell the game's consoles. Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, they've dominated that market for the last 20 or 30 years. But it's becoming more varied. There are other companies that are starting to play a bigger role, especially as we see the rise of more gaming on smartphones and in different regions as well. So actually the biggest company in the world right now, or the biggest games company in the world right now by revenue is Tencent, which is a Chinese company. And we also have NetEase, another very big Chinese games company in the top 10. So there's a lot more variety these days in the sorts of companies that are playing a big role in the games industry.
So you mentioned there's 2 Chinese companies, also Nintendo, Sony and Microsoft, so American and Japanese countries or companies. Which other countries are we seeing represented in the industry?
Yeah, I mean, those 3 countries are very much the key countries in the games industry. China is the single largest games market. It accounts for around 30% of global revenue. There's been really phenomenal growth in the Chinese market over a long period of time, but especially in the last decade or so. US market is not far behind. And of course, Japan also traditionally a huge games industry there, very strong tradition of video games in that country, and that will be the number 3 market, also a very large market. In general, the games industry is tilting more and more towards Asia, actually. So as well as Japan and China, there's a very big market in Korea, and in total, a little over half of games revenue comes from Asia, and the market is increasingly shifting in that direction.
That's interesting. And with the increase in games on the cloud and the centrality of mobile devices and with AI and the metaverse very much on the horizon, where do you think the industry is headed?
It's a complicated picture. I mean, I think fundamentally we can say that gaming is still a growth industry. It's an industry that has continued to grow. It benefited a lot from the COVID pandemic. There was a big bounce in spending in 2020 as people were spending more time at home. But it has actually continued to grow in the last couple of years, even after that. And as you say, we have the rise of cloud streaming in gaming, where we have games not played on a local device, but streamed from the clouds, just like we have seen happen in the music and the TV industries. But we're much earlier days for that still in gaming, and it will take a long time before cloud dominates to the same extent. And of course, AI is something that's going to have a huge impact on the games industry. Just the advances we've seen in the last few months, that looks like it could have an incredible impact in terms of games development, so allowing much more efficient production of things like art assets, animation, dialogue for characters. So that is something that looks like it could start to have a revolutionary impact on the development side of the industry. So it's very much in flux, but it is a market that has been very consistently growing over a very long period of time. And I think we can expect over the medium term to still see more robust growth in the games industry.
Great to talk to you, Liam. Liam Deane from Omdia. Thank you very much.